How's it going, everyone? Welcome to my movie review for The Flash 2023. The movie was directed by Andy Muschietti, written by Christina Hodson and Joby Harold. So before we go ahead and jump into anything about the movie here, I want to go ahead and quickly note how I felt going into this movie regarding the whole Ezra Miller controversy. I am by no means a news channel on YouTube at all, so if you guys want to go ahead and look up everything that Ezra Miller has done, go ahead and check that out, and it really makes me reflect on even past TV shows and movies where actors have done some heinous acts. And after asking myself the big question, should I go support this movie because in turn it supports the actor? Well, guess what? It also supports the directors, the writers, the hardworking editors, the animators, everyone who worked on this film, everyone in the studio, the grips, the gaffers. You are supporting all of them. In The Flash, Barry Allen travels back in time to save his mother from dying and in turn save his father from going to jail, and thus uniting them as a family unit and giving Barry Allen what he's always wanted, a happily ever after. Unfortunately, things do go awry and Barry Allen must find the courage within himself to not only save the planet, but also to save the whole multiverse. I actually cried in this movie, which is very weird because I've never ever cried at a DC property, maybe a Marvel property, and even then, I did not feel as emotional as I felt during this film, which is just very weird considering all the controversies surrounding this movie, how much I despised the trailers. Every time a trailer came on when I saw some other movie, I had to disassociate just to escape because I'm thinking to myself, they're gonna ruin The Flash with this movie, with everything going on around the movie, and I just wanted to step back away from this, and I didn't even know if I wanted to go and see this movie because of everything that was happening and my personal opinions going into it, which is why it was such a shock to me that this made me feel something. This movie made me genuinely happy. And yeah, there were some muddied times throughout the film, some things I didn't really agree with, a lot that I also did agree with at the same time. It was a very complex film. I don't know if this is the end of the DC universe either, or if it's establishing a new universe with the Blue Beetle. I think it's safe to say that this movie definitely just blew me out of the water. I loved The Flash during the old Justice League animated series. I loved The Flash in Young Justice and Wally West especially. Flash was just an iconic superhero that I looked up to way more than Superman, way more than Batman, and something that I really didn't like about the DC movies was that Ezra Miller just came off very annoying. And they do something in this film to contradict that and to build his character to be less so. Yes, the actor does have some of his quirks and mannerisms that I just don't really jive with, but at the end of the day, I really associated myself with the character. I put myself in his shoes, and it really hit me in the heart at the end of this movie, and I'm never gonna look at a grocery aisle the same way ever again. The unfortunate thing about this film is that we have seen it many times before. Flashpoint, it's a very popular story within the Flash universe. We've seen it in the TV show, we've seen it in the animated series, we've seen an animated movie about it. It doesn't necessarily just take that and do it over again. It kind of does its own unique thing. If you've been watching my movie reviews for a while, something you know that I personally like is great character development and great foreshadowing. This movie, it doesn't have a whole ton of that, but when it does, it's fun to watch and it just puts a nice warm smile on your face when it does happen. Something I really enjoyed was the colors. They popped in this movie. The red on The Flash especially, just everything, the color schemes, it was a very vivid, colorful movie. I've really been dissociated with DC because I just have not been a fan of their live action properties. Walking out of this movie, I felt very perplexed and overall confused. I did not know how to feel about the movie because certain plot points just really don't matter. And then also you don't really fully comprehend if the story got back to where they were trying to get back to. What I'm trying to say is that there isn't technically a clear conclusion to the film, and it comes off a bit jarring. The more I think about this movie, the more I realize that wasn't the point. The point was to build the Flash and his character and to overcome his feelings, to overcome himself, and to positively represent what it means to be a superhero, something that I absolutely love about Spider-Man. And that is all about self-sacrifice. in the name of others and also in the name of doing it for yourself, to be happy and to move forward and to have these scars of your past reflect who you are as a person. And it was so beautiful to watch. This movie raises a lot of questions for me, especially in the beginning, and it's kind of interesting because they answer some of them throughout the film and then others they don't, which again, it's a very weird feeling. This movie, it's very complex. It's not amazing and it's not bad either, but it's also not just okay. It's somewhere between okay and really amazing, and I just don't know where I land with it yet. We also get to see Michael Keaton again as the Batman. That was a lot of fun, but unfortunately, a majority of his greatest moments throughout the film are literally littered throughout the entirety of the trailer. But that's not to say he ruins the film whatsoever. He helps Barry Allen on his path to basically self-discovery and a new way of thinking. Both Superwoman and Batman, they really aren't in the core concept of the film. They're more like side characters, if not even B characters. They kind of just exist to help Barry Allen push forward. And there's a few things in this movie that maybe big-time Michael Keaton Batman fans and Superwoman fans may not be too fond of. Michael Keaton's Batman, he's just way better than current Batman, especially in terms of the aesthetics of his suit, the bright yellow on his chest against the clashing black matted finish. It's so intense to look at, but yet so cool. The stylistic nature of Michael Keaton's Batman and his dress wear, it's so awesome. The Flash, I'm gonna go ahead and give this movie an 8 out of 10. It was a very emotional ride from start to finish. Loved some of the characters, loved seeing some of their dynamics change throughout the film, although some of the filmmaking was muddied at times, including some of the script writing, some of the wonky animation, and a few other things scattered throughout the film that me personally, I couldn't jive with. Have you seen The Flash? What do you guys think about the movie? Are you planning on watching it, or have all the controversies strayed you away from watching the film? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like. It helps out tremendously. And if you guys are new here, hit subscribe. We talk about movies every single week. Thank you all for watching my movie review of The Flash. My name's Austin, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.